everyone, welcome back to our channel StartupLanes.com. I'm Namrata and I'm taking interviews of the CEOs and founders of several innovative startups in India. In today's interview, I'll be talking to Prerna Kalra, the CEO and co-founder of Daalchini Technologies. She has a vast experience of over 12 years in building consumer internet and fintech products. She holds experience in product management, strategy, and business P&L. Talking about Daalchini Technologies, it is India's first 24 into 7 instant snacking store. You want to know more about this business? Let's get into the
Hello,
video.
Prerna. Thank you for joining today. I'm Namrata and I'll be taking your interview. But before the interview begins, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, Namrata. Thank you for this opportunity and thank you for letting us share what we have been building at Daalchini. Myself, Prerna, and I am the founder of Daalchini, and Daalchini is into smart vending machines. I have about 13 years of experience into product technology, business development strategy. I was part of company Paytm for about 7 years before that, and I was with in payments domain another company FINO. So total 12 years of experience building products from 0 to 250 million consumer internet-based businesses.
All right. So, talking about your startup, what is it about and how did you come up with the idea of it?
So Daalchini is basically creating the next generation retail technologies. We are into smart vending machines. We create retail technologies, which is around unmanned kiosk, and create a distribution channel for D2C brands and cloud kitchens to partner with.
All right. So, was there an existing market cap that you had identified while thinking about this startup idea?
Yeah. So if you look at today's scenario, right, in India, right, if you talk about food delivery, right, today an average order on a food delivery platform is about 200 to 400 rupees, right? However, average consumer like you and me, we generally buy when we are out for work, etc. When we are out for work, it's every day for our usual lunch and dinners in offices, etc. Spend that kind of an amount, right? That's where we saw the gap, right? We could see, like, while I was working at Paytm, I could see that every day struggling with for lunch or breakfast or midday snacks, etc., right? And was craving for fresh or healthy food all the time, right? So that is what basically create a vending solution, right? Which can basically create an distribution channel and a vending solution which can provide fresh snacks, right? Traditionally, the vending space in India has been more around packaged food only, like chips, candy, cookies, cake, kappa noodles at max, right? And you would generally find them only at airports or large IT parks, etc. You would not find them at generally in offices, in residential complexes, in co-working, co-living spaces. That's where we found the gap and we started that.
All right. Now, were there any difficulties or challenges you had faced in your initial days of setting up the startup?
Yeah, so if you look at, right, this vending space itself is like new in India, while in other countries like Japan and China, right, this is like a well-established industry in itself, right? And every 23 people you find one vending machine in Japan, right? So it was new for the consumer. So to understand that, okay, even fresh food, right, or meals, right, or can be provided through vending machine. So that whole idea was supposed to sink it into our consumers. We worked a lot over it, right, in order to create a brand around 6 meals a day kind of a proposition through vending machines, right? So that's in fact in our whole product, right, which is our app, our kiosk, right, we showcase those things so that the consumer understand that we are serving 6 meals a day and we are serving, like, these are filled every day on an everyday basis. That was one challenge, and obviously starting up in India is not very easy. Still, I think a lot has been done by the government, but still I think we're still far off. And specifically, if you are a woman founder, right, a lot of challenges you face, right? But I think so far we have been able to sail through it.
All right. Now, Prerna, if you had to explain your business model to someone who had very limited knowledge about this domain or your product, how would you do that?
So I'll like try to explain that what are the stakeholders like which are there in our vending machine ecosystem. So on one side we have the consumers who are basically looking for fresh food, who are basically buying from us, right? And then on the other side are basically brands who are selling on our platform. And then we have a large base of community partners, or basically our network partners, who basically set up these smart vending machines into all the locations that we are currently present at, right? So currently we have like about 500 plus vending machines, and we have about 190 such partners, right, who have established these vending machines into offices, residential complexes, etc. So now these partners who come on board are basically looking to start their own business, right? And hence they invest a little amount, which is buying the vending machine, and obviously some kind of a franchisee fee that they pay to us, right? So that is one of the revenue line items. Then is basically brands who sell on our platform. So obviously when you sell something, you make commission, right, on the product that you're selling. So that is again another kind of revenue source for us. And because we work with a lot of upcoming brands, right, who are looking for a distribution into offline space, right? So they also advertise on our platform. They list their product, they advertise their product on our platform, and they do a lot of consumer engagement activities as well, right? So again, that's kind of a revenue line item for us, right? So majorly, if you look at, right, that this is what is sum it up, right, is what our business model is, right? So obviously in this whole system, right, obviously our partners, which is our franchisee partners, they also make money because they also earn or sell through our basically sell it to the consumer, right, end consumer on our platform. So they also make money on the platform. But for us, there is a commission component that we charge.
Okay. Now, talking about the customers, who are your target customers? Is it just a B2B model where you're targeting businesses, or there's a layer where you are targeting direct customers as well?
So as we speak, we are there in residential complexes, we're there in hospitals, right, where we are targeting the end consumer. We also have mini vending machines in cabs and buses. Again, there we are targeting the end consumers. But yes, it is the model is kind of a B2B2C, right? Because we first set up our vending machines, or our partners first set up our vending machines into with the location partner, and that's where the consumers start experiencing the product.
All right. Now you're talking about the business in depth. I want to know from you that when you started out, there might be some companies doing the same kind of thing in India. If yes, then what makes your company different from the others, and why should customers or businesses go for your services?
So a vending machine as a ecosystem, or vending machine like as a proposition is a decade old proposition, right? It's nothing new to India, and hence there were a lot of players in India. But like I mentioned, that most of the vending machine proposition in our country beyond like 3 years back, if you look at, were around only packaged food. Like probably you would find some Coke or Pepsi vending machines at airport, right? Or maybe some chips, candies, cookies kind of vending machines in residential complexes, maybe in IT parks, etc. Right? However, a very big difference that we brought was basically providing these vending machines for a 6 meal a day, like introducing fresh food to the vending machine, which also basically enables our vending machine for like tapping it not only into the snacking time or the tea time of the customer, right, but being able to service the customer throughout the day, 24/7, right? Again, that's a very big difference that we brought in. Another difference which we brought in was consistency, or I would say that predictability to vending machine ecosystem, right? Consistency and predictability. And how we got that was because of the technology that we built around vending machine. Traditional vending machines were like that you press some buttons and it would give you the item, you insert a note and it would give it. But that dispensing system and the payment system were very traditional in nature, right? And consumer wise, the experience was not so great. What we brought to table was that we have an app through which you can find the nearest vending machine, you can book the product, and then in next 30 minutes, anytime you can walk to the vending machine and collect it immediately or within next 30 minutes, anytime, right? So that was a major, I would say, difference that we brought in, right, in the product, which differentiates us from the past propositions that were available in the market, right, prior to us. And third difference, right, that we brought in was the way we expanded. What we say is that we are India's first fresh food automated vending machines driven by community. Right? When I say driven by community, because we don't set up our own vending machines in every city. Today we are there in 11 cities, but beyond, I think, initial 3-4 cities, our expansion has been more so driven by our franchisee partners, right? They have basically used our technology, our supply chain, right? And then they have been able to set up the vending machine. So hence, enabling a community, enabling partners or micro entrepreneurs who can ride on our platform and create their own vending machine business is what differentiates us from the partners who were present.
All right. Now, you are providing a particular kind of service to the consumers or say businesses. So, I want to know from you what are the services or products or say expertise you require to run your business efficiently?
In terms of like proposition itself, right? Introducing fresh food, it was a unique proposition, and when we launched and we tried to partner with a lot of cloud kitchens, those cloud kitchens and Tiffin Services were not ready because there were no vending machine customized products available, right? Most of the products were like to be consumed within next 1 hour, which were there like for the cloud kitchens which were they serve. Otherwise, they were frozen products, right? Which are not really fresh in nature, right? What we were looking was like fresh food which can be sold through the vending machines, right? And hence a lot of R&D went in there. Right? And finally, we could like then start working with these cloud kitchen partners on R&D, on creating products, on their shelf life testing, etc., so that vending machine fittable products can be created. A lot of work then also had gone into packaging because packaging become very crucial when you are launching something through vending machine. It should be leak proof. Where it drops, it should not break, right? And on the other side, it should be very convenient for the consumer, right? It should be kind of an on-the-go snacking, right? So all of it, I think, a lot of work had gone in, right, in creating that technology plus process.
Okay. Now, if somebody wants to join your team and be a part of the ecosystem, so what kind of work environment and say what kind of skills is that person going to gain from your organization, other than monetary benefits, of course?
Yeah. So if I today look at right the team that we have created, right, the team that we have today, right, and we're very proud, right, of it, right. In fact, a very good matrix that we share internally also that more than 90% of our teammates, right, who joined in the year one are still there with us, right. So which is a really good sign of a startup and the culture within it, right. In fact, in our organization, we are the ones who have promoted a lot of ground team members to eventually get upgraded to hub managers, to city managers, and they have gone to the different cities that we have launched and like created their own career, created their own journey in that way, right? So that whole culture, I think, is something that has been driving all of this. Now, at this point in time, if somebody joins in, right, what we see is that they need to get aligned to the vision of the company, right? Today, our vision is basically to empower on one hand a lot of micro entrepreneurs, right, who want to start their own business using vending machines, and on the other side, we want to empower and create a value proposition, right, for the B2C brands, right? Somebody who gets aligned to the vision, right, of the company should be the one like joining in, right, first of all, right? And what it brings in for them, obviously, the company, the team itself has been, right, is an experienced team. So that person will also gain from the experience, and we'll also gain from that person's experience.
All right. Now, when choosing vendors, what are the parameters you actually judge them upon before saying that, okay, you can work with us or be associated with us?
Okay, so there are like vendors on like different aspects of business. Like for food vendors, there is a different set of criteria that we listed. For our technology partners, right, or maybe the ones who help us manufacture the vending machines, etc. There are other parameters on which we judge them, right? But all in all, I think consistency in their past performance is definitely one of the key criteria, is something, because ultimately we are servicing, right? We are ultimately giving a product and servicing for a consumer and creating an experience around it. So consistency in their past work is definitely one of the crucial parameter that we look at. We also like those partners who are technology driven, because they are the ones who can then scale with us, right? A cloud kitchen partner who doesn't have too much of technology understanding or cannot like implement technology driven processes, something we like keep a distance from, right? Because we want somebody to join in with us and be able to scale along with us.
Okay.
So yeah, so consistency and technology.
All right. Now, talking about the future of the company, have you like planned any kind of a long-term goal as of yet?
Yeah, so we basically are creating like a sub 99 food store, right, that can enable a lot of D2C brands to reach their target audience, right? It's a very big, I would say, vision, right, that we have, that we want to create a distribution channel in itself. And creating a distribution channel is always a tough job, but we are all geared up for it, right? In terms of like we feel that we should be at a lakh vending machines in next 5 years, right? Today we are at 500, but the aim is that we should be at 1 lakh plus vending machines in next 5 years time, and we are working towards those goals as well.
Okay. Now, I want to know from you is that also you agree to this fact that when a startup wants to grow and expand, having a steady source of funds plays a really crucial role in it. So, if you
Yeah.
could walk me through the funding scenario of your company, like have you taken funds previously, or are you willing to in the near future? How is it working for you?
Yeah, so we are like really like lucky and proud, right, that we have good investing partners with us so far. We have been invested by Artha Venture Fund and Ajay Kaul, who's the former CEO of Domino's India, right? So we have been lucky on that front. In fact, a lot of good angels have also invested into the organization, right? Totally, we have raised about 11 CR. And the idea is to basically grow to about 2,000 plus vending machines, right, or touch points, right, with this funds that we have already raised. And then basically further to expand to 50,000 and then to 1 lakh kind of vending machines or touch points. We may then in future require additional.
Okay. Lastly, before ending the interview, I would like to know your thoughts on startup lanes.
I think it's a good platform. I've read about StartupLanes, though not have been actively member or something. But yeah, I've read and I've heard that you guys connect startups and help them collaborate in terms of like if X provides X and the other one needs it, right? So you help that in collaboration as well. So which is, I think, it's in itself is a great vision, especially if you look at from the country's angle, because today in our country we really need these startups to grow and to really make this Make in India and Atmanirbhar India, etc., successful.
Well, thank you for your kind words, Prerna. It was lovely, lovely talking to you. Thank you for taking out your time and speaking about your business ideas on our platform. It was a pleasure from my end as well as from the Startup Lanes teams as well.
Okay, thank you, Amrita.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.